Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
To Italy now, where a whole bunch of transgender men are entering the Miss Italy pageant after a pageant rep said transgender women can't compete. All right, let me lay this out.
Shout out to Italy. Let me get Italy a Don DeMarco.
Don DeMarco.
Metalopolis says Donald Glover was great in Community. Ever seen that show? It was hilarious, but you could never get away with that kind of humor these days. I've seen a little bit of it. I haven't seen a lot of it.
For you here, it's a little complicated. The organizer of the Miss Italy pageant said the pageant only allows people who were assigned a female gender at birth to be in the competition, meaning transgender women, men who became women, would be excluded. One transgender man named Federico saw this and thought, well, hey, I was born female, so he decided to enter the pageant under his birth name, Frederica, even though he identifies as a man now. That moment then turned into a movement. One LGBTQ group shared his entry on Facebook, encouraging other transgender men to apply, and now more than 100 trans men have entered the pageant, with some even being called to the next stage of the competition. Let's bring
Hell no, to the no, 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 hell to the no.
Jessica Reloaded is back. Shouts out to her. What? You should have just said it. You should have just said it, Italy. No trannies in the competition. That's what you should have just said, man. Just stop playing games.
in Ali Arusi for more on this. Ali, what message does the trans community hope to be sending to pageant officials right now, and how is it being received?
Hey, Tom. Well, they're saying that these attitudes are outdated and the people trying to enforce them lack understanding. Federico Barbosa, the trans activist who entered the pageant and started this whole campaign that went viral, says that he thinks beauty pageants try to exclude trans women, in part because they simply don't understand them or have a false idea of what it means.
No, because they're not actually women. Beauty pageants are made for men.
Oh my God!
Beauty pageants are made for women. We trying to find the most beautiful woman on the planet. Not you get what I'm trying to say? Like,
means to be trans. He said excluding trans women from beauty pageants or school sports sends the message that trans women are not women. And the result of
what in the world?
What? What the fuck?
Dog. This is a sickness of the highest order.
of that is transphobia. Let's take a listen to what Federico had to say.
They would never think that a trans person might even aspire to win a beauty pageant, because we're seen as this kind of three-headed monster. And I think a part of it is that so many people have never seen trans women or trans men or trans people in general.
But the patron of the Miss Italy beauty pageant, Patricia Mirigigliani, has not only defended the ban on transgender contestants, but also appeared to criticize other beauty pageants' efforts to welcome trans women.
As she should. As she should. Let me get another Don DeMarco for her.
Don DeMarco.
You ever get this nonsense out of here?
It's a bit of a mess there, but nonetheless, it's all getting to a head with all these 100 men entering that competition.
So Italy just elected this far-right government, and that government has been hostile to gay and trans rights, to gay parents. So how is this protest being received among the broader population in Italy?
Well, I mean, look, Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni denounced what she called gender ideology and the LGBT lobby during her campaign. Her government has barred same-sex parents from being listed on children's birth certificates, and they aren't if they're not biologically related, and she got elected. So her message resonated with many voters. Clearly, there's a divide in Italy on this issue. And of course, when government policies don't favor the LGBT community, it's easier for organizations not to make concessions or not to be inclusive. So it's become a very
While you playing, you better hope that don't happen here in America, because y'all done wildin'. I mean, we ain't got no beef with the L's and the G's and the B's. But them goddamn T's. Amen, say man. Jessica Reloaded says, did it say, she said it, boy.
What? What the fuck?
Did it say cutie pageant or beauty pageant? Because it sounded like a cutie. I don't know what that thing was. See, you finna get me booted off of you. That moment when people's feelings are more important than common sense. Exactly.
divisive issue. But as Barbarossa said,
Get your words together.
next time this will make them think better. Divisive issue. But as Barbarossa said, hopefully next time this will make them think better.
No, it won't.
All right, Ali, thank you very much. Ali Rusi is in London.
It won't. Because they choose common sense over people's feelings. Like bro said, Georgia Melanie is a beast. She's a pretty to wish she would elect some far right leadership.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, hey.
Beat that thing down like you started attention, my baby. You had some plans with your man, just tell him to cancel, my baby.